This is Sushi Go Party, a very fun game that plays up to 8 people. Sushi Go Party takes the original Sushi Go formula and supercharges it with way more sushi types and trickier, more interesting scoring rules. And of course, the illustrations are still top tier. The goal is simple: score the most points over 3 rounds by assembling high-scoring sets of sushi. The twist? Everyone plays one card at the same time onto their personal sushi plate, face up, and then hands the rest of their cards to the next player. That means whatever brilliant plan you had with those cards is now in front of somebody else, while you're stuck hoping your new hand has something useful. This little mechanic creates a clever mix of strategy, chaos, and constant second-guessing. If you're new to the rules, check out the full Playing Games Sushi Go guide, or check out our website. But if you've got the basics down, let's dive into what makes Sushi Go Party different. Instead of playing 2 to 5 players, you can now play 2 to 8 players. Then we have customizable menus. Before the game starts, players build a unique menu by selecting cards from different categories. You also have this nice central menu board which shows the cards in play for that game, so everyone knows exactly what cards to collect. Scoreboard and tokens. Tracks scores easily, especially with more players. Choose a menu. Before you play, decide which cards to include in the menu board. Select 1 roll, 2 specials, 3 appetizers, and 1 dessert. You can use a preset menu from the rulebook or mix and match your favorites. Set up the deck. Shuffle only the cards chosen for your menu, leave the others out. Follow the special dessert rules. Each round you'll add in a certain amount of dessert cards as you reshuffle the discard. Deal each player a hand of cards based on the number of players. 2 players, 10 cards. 3 players, 9 cards. 4 players, 8 cards. 5 to 8, 7 cards. Okay, so now let's talk about all the new and unique cards. Okay, so these are all the cards that are in the original Sushi Go. We're not going to talk about those today. Check out the other video for those. In Sushi Go Party, though, you will play with the nigiri always. That's a locked-in appetizer. Starting with the new rolls, we have tamaki and uramaki. Tamaki's rules are easy. If you have the most tamaki at the end of a round, you get 4 points. However, if you have the least, you get negative 4 points. If you haven't collected any, aka you have 0 of them, you have the least. If multiple players tie for the most or fewest, all players receive or lose those full points. The player who had the most would go up to 9, and the player who had the least would go down to 1. The other new roll is the uramaki roll. Player who shows the first 10 uramaki icons gets a bonus of 8 points. This set is unique in the game because you score those points immediately, not at the end of the round, not at the end of the game, immediately. So as soon as you're showing 10, move your token 8 spaces forward. The next player to get to 10 scores 5 points, and the third player scores 2 points. Again, this is immediate. It's possible that more than one player can hit 10 at the same exact time. If this happens, ties are broken by the highest number of uramaki icons on the tied player's cards. If it's still tied, they both receive full points for the place they're contending for. However, the next place is skipped and not scored. Next on the menu are specials. You have 2 specials you can add in. Let's start with the menu. If you play this on your turn, you say Sushi Go, and you turn this up. You can take 4 cards from the draw deck, and then you can look at them, and you can pick one of the 4, and then return the rest to the deck. Maybe I want to work on my uramaki, so I take that out and then I put the rest down. So you take this and you'll play it immediately, and then you'll take the cards you put back and you'll shuffle them back into the deck. The menu card goes by the board, and it'll get shuffled in, not this round, but the next round. Green tea. This scores at the end of a round. Count the number of cards in your largest set of cards with the same background. Tea is worth 1 point per card of that largest set. Special order is for 3 or more player games. Copies the card that special order is pointed at when it's played. So if you play a special order before you have any other cards, it does nothing. It needs to copy something. You have to have other cards out, and they have to be out previously. You can't play this retroactively. For example, if I had my 2 uramaki down, I could play this special order. I place it face down on the card that I want to double to copy. And so that would copy this card, making this card 2 4s. So that'd be now, instead of 4, it'd be 8 uramakis, and that would push me over the top so I could score off the uramaki. I could even play it on another special like tea here. That gives me 2 green teas. So I would take this set of 4. Instead of 4 points, it would be 8 points now because I've doubled it with the green tea. Next we have the takeout box. Use when played, flip over any previously played cards. They're now worth 2. Let's say that you've changed your strategy, or you can't get a card to finish one of your sets and you know you're going to lose points on it or just not gain any points. You can use the takeout box and you can flip that card over. So I don't think I'm going to have the highest here. I'm probably going to lose 4 points on this. I can flip that over, and now that's worth 2 points. So it's a way to take a worthless card in your layout and give it at least 2 points of value. And now we have soy sauce. You get 4 points at the end if you have the most different colored cards. If I played soy sauce at the end of the round, I have a wider range of colored backgrounds than this player. So I'd get 4 points. If instead this player had played that, they wouldn't get 4 points because I have a bigger variety of colors. This player couldn't take those 4 points either. It would just be 0. And finally, we have Spoon. Now, this is only for a 3 to 8 player game. Once you've revealed the spoon, you can use it on a later turn to steal a card of your choosing. Request which card you want, and the player to your left has to give it to you if they have it. If they don't have it, the next player after them must give it to you. This goes around the table until you either get the card, or if no one has it, you get nothing. If another player does have the card you want, you take that card, and in exchange, you give that player the spoon for their hand. And now I can play the tofu this hand when we say Sushi Go. If I played spoon and asked for a specific card, like I want a Uramaki of 6. Well, if this player doesn't have a Uramaki of 6 and this player doesn't have a Uramaki of 6, then the spoon card would be discarded for the round and I would get nothing. New appetizers. Let's start with miso soup. This is miso soup. It's interesting because you can only score if no one else plays miso soup on this hand. Let's say we all have a miso soup. So we say Sushi Go, you go. I'm the only player who played the miso soup, so I get 3 points. Now, if we had done it like this, say Sushi Go, you go. 2 players use miso soup on the same Sushi Go. So that means that neither of us score and we discard the card. So we don't get to get the 3 points, we don't keep it till the end. We take them and put them in the discard. Same thing would happen if multiple players played it, cancels out, nobody gets the 3 points for miso soup. Okay, let's talk about the eel now. So if you have 1 eel at the end, you lose 3 points, negative 3 points for the round. If you have 2, you get 7 points. If you have 3, it's still 7. If you have 4, 7. Tofu, the first one, you get 2 points. The second one, you get 6 points. If you get 3 or more, you get 0 points. I have 1. That gives me 2 points. If I had had 2 at the end, I would get 6 points, great. But if I have 3 or 4 or 5, I get 0 points. Here's edamame. So this one's cool, edamame. If you play this, you get 1 point per opponent with edamame. Edamame is only for a 3 to 8 player game as well. This card takes a little bit more strategy. Let's say I played 3 edamame. So we finished our round and I have 3 edamames I played and each of my opponents have played 1. I get 1 point for each player that has an edamame. So this player has an edamame and so does this one. So I get 2 points, but I also get another 2 points because this one gives me 2 more. And this one gives me 2 more. So these are worth 6. Now this player, they get just 2 because there are 2 opponents that have edamame and they only have 1 card. This player also just gets 2 because there are only 2 colors. It's based on how many cards of edamame you have in your hand for your score and how many of your opponents have an edamame played. Lastly, we have onigiri. This one's fun because you have 4 shapes to play with. If you have at the end of a round 4 different shapes, you've collected the full set, you get 16 points for 3, 9 points, 4 points for 2, and 1 for 1. So you want to really make sure you get them all different. So we only have 2 of each. So you have to be very careful not to lose out if you're collecting these. If at the end I have 1, I just get 1 point. If I had a different one, I would get 4 points. If I had 3 different ones, I'd have 9 points. If I had the full set, I'd get 16 points. If instead I had this, because these 2 are the same shape, I'd only get the 9 point bonus, not the 16 point bonus. And if I had 4 cards, but 2 of them were pairs, that would only be worth 4 points. Okay, let's talk about the 2 new desserts. We have fruit and green tea ice cream. As in regular Sushi Go, the dessert cards are set aside for the end of the 3rd round. You don't score on them until then. Green tea. Green tea is scored in sets of 4. If you have a set of 4, you get 12 points. 2 sets of 4, 24 points. Less than 4, 0 points. This player has 5. They don't get an extra point for having more than 4. They get the 12 points, and the leftover one is just left over. This player gets 0 points. They don't take a penalty, but they don't get any points because they only have 1 green tea. You need at least 4. The set is 4 to score. Now, it is possible that I could have had maybe 8. If I had 2 sets of 4, well, that would give me 24 points. But if I had a set of 4 and a set of 3, I'd still only get the 12 points. This was not a complete set. Okay, lastly, we have dessert fruit. Now this is a trickier one because you have to put together sets of 3 different types of fruit. So you have to look at the top. You could have 2 watermelon on one. You could have pineapple and orange. You could have 2 pineapple. You could have a watermelon and a pineapple. Again, this also only scores at the very end of the game after round 3. If I had this, I would have 3 pineapple, 2 watermelon, and 1 orange. Fruit per type. So you could take a penalty if you don't have any of one fruit. Luckily, I have one of each at least. See, if you line them up, you can see. So I have at least 1 orange, I have 2 watermelon, and 3 pineapple. So I look here, okay, I don't take -2 because I have at least one of every fruit. If you only have one, you get 0 points. So I get 0 for my orange. I have 2 watermelon, that gives me 1 extra point. And I have 3 pineapple, that gives me 3 points. So I get 4 points for what's shown here. 0, 1, 2. Now my opponent here has this. So here they have 0 points for the pineapple, 1 point for the watermelon, but they have 4 oranges, so that gives them 6. So 6 plus 1 is 7 points. So if I had something like this instead, I don't have any orange, so I take 2 penalty points. I get 1 positive point for the pineapple, and I have 6. So I have 6, 7, but -2, 5 points for this. If you don't have any dessert at the end, let's say you had none, you would get -6 because that's 0 of each fruit. So you do want to try to collect some fruit along the way or you're going to be stuck. And that about covers all the new cards. I hope it helped. Final thoughts. Sushi Go Party adds depth and variety while keeping the charm of the original game. Shuffle your cards, pick your menu, and let the sushi roll. Have you played Sushi Go Party? Do you like it better than the original? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe, share, and like to help this channel grow. You are great. See you next time on Playing Games.